At 6:30 p.m. on Thursday, September 8, the royal family announced, the Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and the Queen Consort will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow. Charles became king immediately after Her Majesty's passing, with Camilla becoming the Queen Consort. However, Twitter user Royal Aryan, who posts about European royalty, noted historically some Queen Consorts were styled as HM the Queen, meaning Camilla could take the title. They said, "I'm pretty sure the Queen Consort will be styled as HM the Queen after the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II." The consorts of, amongst others, Edward VII, George V and George VI were all styled as HM the Queen during the reigns of their husbands. The most recent Queen Consort in British history was George VI's wife Queen Elizabeth, known in later years as the Queen Mother after her daughter became monarch in 1952. Camilla could be Her Majesty the Queen despite officially being a consort. Image, Getty. Charles became king immediately after Her Majesty's passing, with Camilla becoming the Queen Consort. Image, Getty. Palace officials said for years that Camilla was intended to be known as Princess Consort, instead of the traditional Queen Consort. There was no precedent for the title Princess Consort, which was reportedly suggested by royal officials, and the similar title of Prince Consort has only been used once for Prince Albert. However, Queen Elizabeth II declared she wanted Camilla to be known as Queen Consort after her son became king in February 2022, when she marked the 70th anniversary of her rule. She said, "When, in the fullness of time, my son Charles becomes king, I know you will give him and his wife, Camilla, the same support that you have given me, and it is my sincere wish that, when that time comes, Camilla will be known as Queen Consort as she continues her own loyal service." Consorts of Kings Edward VII, George V and George VI were all styled as HM the Queen. Image, Twitter. Queen Elizabeth II declared she wanted Camilla to be known as Queen Consort after her son became king. Image, Getty. Charles said he and Camilla were deeply conscious of the honor, and added, "As we have sought together to serve and support Her Majesty and the people of our communities, my darling wife has been my own steadfast support throughout." By custom, Camilla will be anointed at the king's coronation, although that could be omitted. A formal proclamation of Charles becoming king will be made as soon as possible at an accession council at St James's Palace. Charles's coronation will require detailed planning undertaken by the Earl Marshal and is unlikely to take place for some time, as Elizabeth's took place 16 months after her accession. Charles said he and Camilla were deeply conscious of the honor of her being Queen Consort. Image, Express. Trending. It comes as Charles had his first in-person audience with Prime Minister Liz Truss at Buckingham Palace as king. Ms. Truss was estimated to be inside Buckingham Palace for around half an hour in her first audience with King Charles III, which came before the king makes an address to the nation. The king greeted well-wishers gathered outside the palace following the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. His Majesty also delivered his first nationwide address as Britain's new monarch at 6 p.m. He said of Camilla, "I count on the loving help of my darling wife, Camilla. In recognition of her own loyal public service since our marriage 17 years ago, she becomes my Queen Consort. I know she will bring to the demands of her new role the steadfast devotion to duty on which I have come to rely so much." Charles and Anne were the only two senior royals with the Queen when she died. Image, Express. The King and the Princess Royal were the only two senior members of the royal family who made it to Balmoral before Queen Elizabeth II's death, according to the Telegraph. The Princess Royal was already at Balmoral, undertaking various engagements in Scotland, and is said to have greeted her brother on his arrival. Liz Truss, the Prime Minister, had been informed of the Queen's death at 4:30 p.m., according to her official spokesman.